Every genius, every visionary, every breakthrough, they all came from someone who learned to dissolve into the field. The field knows the perfect unfolding of your life. It knows how to orchestrate 10,000 details to deliver your desires. Welcome to the reality revolution. Today, we're dissolving into the field. This is a quantum consciousness activation. Right now, in this very instant, you are swimming in an ocean of infinite possibility. Every atom of your body is vibrating in a sea of potential that physicists call the quantum field. But this isn't just science. This is your birthright. This is your playground. This is where miracles are manufactured before they become reality. Dissolve into the field. Feel that. The moment those words landed, something in you recognized them. Not your mind, something deeper. Something that knows because you've touched this field before. In those moments between sleep and waking, in the space between thoughts, in the pause between heartbeats, you've been there. The vast nothing that contains everything. Today we're not just going to talk about the field, we're going to merge with it. You're going to remember that you were never separate from it. The illusion of separation, that's just a game consciousness plays with itself. And today the game changes. Every mystic who ever lived was trying to tell us the same thing. The quantum physicists discovered. Reality isn't made of things, it's made of possibilities. It's made of consciousness interacting with itself, collapsing infinite potential into specific experiences. And you're not just in that process, you are that process. Let's ground this in what science has discovered, because when mysticism and physics say the same thing, we need to pay attention. The quantum field, also called the zero-point field, the unified field, the field of all possibilities, it's not a theory. It's the most validated discovery in modern physics. Every cubic centimeter of empty space contains more energy than all the matter in the known universe. Think about that. The void is not empty. It's pregnant with infinite possibility. It's a plenum, not a vacuum. It's fullness expressing itself as emptiness so that creation can dance in the space between. Particles pop into and out of existence billions of times per second from this field. The chair you're sitting on, the device you're listening to through your body itself, all of it is just the field expressing itself temporarily as form. Matter is not solid, it's 99.99999% empty space. And that space, that's not nothing. That's everything waiting to happen. Here's where it gets extraordinary. The field responds to consciousness. This isn't philosophy, this is experimental fact. The quantum field behaves differently when observed. Particles exist in superposition. All possibilities simultaneously until consciousness collapses them into specific states. You're not just observing reality, you're creating it through the act of observation. The field doesn't know time as you do. Past, present, and future exist simultaneously. Within it, every possibility that could ever be already exists as potential. Your job is not to create from nothing, it's to select from everything. You're not a creator, you're a chooser. And the field responds to your choice instantly, beginning to reorganize reality around your selection. But here is what the equations don't capture. The field isn't just energy, it's intelligence. It's the same intelligence that keeps your heart beating without your conscious input. That grows a baby from 2 cells, that turns acorns into oak trees, and maintains the precise distance between the earth and the sun. This intelligence doesn't just maintain, it responds. When you move into coherence with the field, when you dissolve the boundary between you and it, you gain access to its infinite organizing power. Synchronicities aren't miracles. They're just the field's natural way of organizing reality when you're in flow with it. Think about your most profound moments of insight. Where did they come from? Not from thinking harder. They came when you relaxed into not knowing. When you created space. When you dissolved enough for the field's intelligence to flow through you. Every genius, every visionary, every breakthrough, they all came from someone who learned to dissolve into the field. The field knows the perfect unfolding of your life. It knows how to orchestrate 10,000 details to deliver your desires. It knows which people to connect, which events to arrange, which possibilities to collapse into form. Your job isn't to figure out how. Your job is to dissolve into the field and let it orchestrate. So how do we dissolve? How do we release our rigid boundaries and merge with infinite possibility? It starts with understanding what's keeping you solid. Your sense of separation is not physical, it's perceptual. It's a collection of beliefs, identities, and stories that create the illusion of being separate from the field. Every opinion you hold, every identity you claim, every story you tell about yourself, these are the bars of your cage. Not bad bars, necessary bars for playing the human game. But when you want to access the field's infinite potential, you need to become fluid. You need to dissolve. This isn't about losing yourself. It's about finding your true self, the self that exists before all the labels and limitations. When you dissolve into the field, you don't become nothing. You become everything. You remember that you're not a drop in the ocean. You are the ocean in a drop. Watch what happens to your problems when you dissolve into the field. They don't get solved, they get dissolved. Because problems only exist at the level of solid identity. In the field, there are no problems, only energy seeking balance, only intelligence seeking expression, only love seeking form. Let me give you the practical technology of dissolution, because this isn't just beautiful philosophy, this is applicable physics. This is how you literally shift realities, manifest desires, and become one with the organizing intelligence of existence. First, you must quiet the default mode network of your brain. That's the part that always maintains your story, your identity, your separation. Meditation isn't about emptying your mind, it's about dissolving the boundaries of the separate self. When brain scans show meditation, they show the dissolution of the neural networks that maintain the illusion of separation. Second, you must move from particle to wave. As a particle, you are locked into one position in space-time. As a wave, you exist as pure potential across all possibilities. How? By releasing your attachment to specific outcomes and becoming curious about all outcomes. By moving from knowing to wondering. By shifting from solid to fluid. Third, you must generate coherence between your heart and brain. The heart generates an electromagnetic field 60 times greater than the brain. When heart and brain are in coherence, you create a unified field around your body that interfaces directly with the quantum field. Which brings us to the void. That place that most people fear but mystics crave. The void is not empty, it's the womb of creation. It's where all possibilities exist before they're born into form. And to access the field's creative power, you must be willing to enter the void. In the void, you don't exist as you know yourself. Your personality dissolves. Your history dissolves. Your future dissolves. All that remains is pure awareness, aware of itself. This isn't death, this is the most alive you can be. This is you before you decide to be someone specific. From the void, you can select any possibility. You can step into any version of yourself. You can activate any timeline. Because in the void, all timelines exist simultaneously. All versions of you exist simultaneously. The field doesn't judge which one is real, it waits for you to choose. This is why every spiritual tradition has practices for entering the void. Meditation, fasting, isolation, sacred medicines, they're all technologies for dissolving the boundaries of the separate self and merging with the field. But you don't need anything external. The void exists in the space between your thoughts. You can enter it right now. When you're dissolved in the field, reality selection becomes natural. You're not creating to manifest from a place of lack. You're selecting from a place of abundance. Everything already exists in the field. Your job is to tune into the frequency of what you choose to experience. Think of the field as containing infinite television channels, all broadcasting simultaneously. Your consciousness is the tuner. When you're identified with your solid self, you're stuck on one channel. When you dissolve into the field, you remember that you can change channels at will. But here's the key: you don't change channels by force, you change them by frequency. Each possible reality has its own energetic signature. To experience that reality, you must match its frequency. And to match its frequency, you must dissolve your attachments to your current frequency. This is why wanting something desperately keeps it away. Want creates separation. It reinforces that you are here and what you want is there. But when you dissolve into the field, there is no here or there. There is only frequency selecting frequency. There is only like attracting like. There is only the field reorganizing itself around your coherent signal. Now we go deeper. We don't just want to access the field. We want to remember that we are the field. This isn't a mental exercise. This is a complete reorganization of your identity from local to non-local, from particle to wave, from something to everything. When you truly dissolve into the field, the boundaries between you and the universe disappear. You realize that every star is shining inside you. Every ocean is waving through you. Every heart is beating as your heart. This isn't poetry. This is the actual nature of consciousness in the field. From this state, manifestation is not something you do. It's something you are. You don't attract experiences. You select them from the infinite menu of existence. You don't create reality. You remember that you are reality, creating itself for the sheer joy of experience. This is what the mystics meant by I am. Not I am this or I am that, just I am, pure existence aware of itself, playing in the field of its own infinite possibility. When you dissolve deeply enough, you touch this I am state. And from there, all things are possible because all things are you. Your brain is designed for this dissolution. It has specific networks and neurotransmitters that facilitate the merging with the field. When you enter deep meditative states, your brain produces gamma waves, the fastest brainwave frequency associated with heightened awareness and mystical experiences. During dissolution, your default mode network, responsible for maintaining your ego boundaries, goes quiet. Simultaneously, your task-positive network activates, but without a specific task. This creates a state of relaxed awareness where you're fully present, but not identified with any particular identity. Your brain also releases specific neurochemicals during dissolution. DMT, often called the spirit molecule, is produced naturally in your pineal gland and facilitates the experience of ego dissolution. Anandamide, the bliss molecule, creates the feeling of oneness and joy. These aren't external substances, they're your brain's built-in technology for accessing the field. When you practice dissolution regularly, you create neuroplasticity. Your brain rewires itself to make accessing the field easier. What once required deep meditation becomes available in moments. You develop the ability to shift from particle to wave consciousness at will. Here's the ultimate invitation. Don't just visit the field, live as the field. Make dissolution your default state. Not dissolution as disappearance, but dissolution as ultimate presence. Not dissolution as weakness, but dissolution as infinite strength. When you live as the field, every interaction becomes sacred. Because you're not meeting other people, you're meeting other aspects of yourself. Every experience becomes meaningful because you're not having random experiences. You're selecting specific facets of infinite possibility to explore. Problems dissolve because you see them from the field's perspective. From the level of problem, solutions seem impossible. From the level of field, solutions are obvious. The field doesn't see obstacles. It sees energy seeking balance. It doesn't see lack. It sees abundance seeking expression. Living as the field doesn't mean you lose your human experience. It means you have your human experience while remembering what you really are. You play your role fully while knowing it's a role. You engage completely while maintaining the freedom to shift at any moment. Now we do more than just understand. We dissolve. Right here, right now, we're going to merge with the field and remember what we truly are. This is an actual shift in consciousness. Your cells know how to do this. Your atoms are already doing it. We're just bringing consciousness to a process that's always happening. Feel the edges of your body begin to soften. Not physically, energetically. The boundary between you and the air around you. Notice how it's not as solid as you thought. With each breath, you're exchanging atoms with the universe. You are already dissolving and reforming billions of times per second. I'm going to give you some time to allow yourself to dissolve. Now feel deeper, past your body to your sense of self, the collection of memories, preferences, and beliefs you call me. Notice how even that is not solid. It's more like a cloud, constantly shifting, constantly changing. What you were yesterday isn't what you are today. You are already fluid. You've always been fluid. Let yourself sink into the space between your thoughts. That gap, that's the field. That's the silence. That infinite potential. Don't grasp for the next thought. Just rest in the space. Expand into it. Become it. This is what you are before you remember to be someone specific. From this dissolved state, feel the infinite possibilities surrounding you, not as separate things, but as frequencies you could choose to become. Your desired reality, it's here, available, waiting for you to select it, not by reaching, but by tuning. Tune into your desired reality in this field. are the field, knowing itself. You are possibility choosing itself. You are consciousness experiencing itself. There is nothing you are not. There is nothing you cannot become, because you are the infinite creative principle pretending to be a person for the joy of remembering itself. As we prepare to complete this journey, remember, the goal is not to stay dissolved. The goal is to bring the field's infinite potential into your daily experience, to live with one foot in form and one in formlessness, to be fully human while remembering you're fully divine. When you return to your daily life, you'll notice things have shifted. Colors might seem brighter, time might feel different, synchronicities might increase. This is natural. You've loosened your grip on one specific reality, so reality becomes more fluid around you. You cannot shift into timelines without first entering into the field. Practice dissolution daily, not to escape your life, but to enhance it. Every time you dissolve into the field, you return with more of its intelligence. Every time you touch the void, you bring back more creative power. Every time you remember what you are, you become more of it. The field is always here, always available, always responding. You don't have to earn its support. You don't have to deserve its gifts. You have to remember that you are not separate from it. You never were. You never could be. So here we are at the edge of form, ready to dissolve, not into nothing, into everything, not into absence, into ultimate presence, not into loss, into finding everything we thought was lost. The field holds all possibilities. But here's the secret: you are the field. You're not dissolving into something separate. You're dissolving the illusion that you were ever separate. You are coming home to what you've always been. From this moment forward, reality becomes more fluid. Manifestation becomes more natural. Peace becomes more available. Not because you've learned something new, but because you've remembered something eternal. You've remembered that boundaries are optional, that limitation is a choice, that you are infinite consciousness playing at being finite. The journey doesn't end here, it begins here. Every moment offers the opportunity to dissolve and remember. Every breath is a chance to merge with the field. Every heartbeat is the universe celebrating its existence through your form. Now, once again, I want to play one of my songs. This is called The Field by Brian Scott. I hope you enjoy it. Keep an eye out. Soon, I will have a second channel called the Brian Scott Musical Experience. I can't wait for you to hear my music, because it all came from the field.
Step into nothing, where everything lives. Let go of who I was. Take what forever gives. I'm every every possibility in the field where our worlds collide. I surrender to the infinite tide. Boundaries crumble. I become the space where all futures gather in this sacred place. I'm dissolving into all that could be, every dream, every possibility in the field where all worlds collide. I surrender to the infinite tide. No more me, no more you, just the source of all that's true. Every choice, every path lives here in the aftermath. I'm becoming all that ever was, every heartbeat, every love in the void where creation starts. I'm one with all hearts. The field holds me. I hold it too. We are one. Nothing's new. Everything's new.
You can find all episodes of The Reality Revolution at therealityrevolution.com. Be sure to check out my art. You can find it at www.newearth.art. And we still have tickets available for our event in Los Angeles on November 21st through the 23rd. I would love to meet you there. You can get tickets at www.brianscottlive.com/event-November. Sending all my love to you. Sharing this field with you forever. And welcome to the Reality Revolution.